welcome to week 2. Healthy eating, bit of exercise, and a few other things that have cropped up this week. One in particular that would usually knock me for 6, and we'll talk about that after the intro. How's the puppy? She's fine. Say hello. Look. She's got a squeaky toy. Oh my days. She's fine. That was the first question. But I think the most important question this week, that was the salmon. So I didn't get any footage of me cooking the salmon, but I will tell you, since I did the last video, I've had salmon 3 times. So it was pretty good. Brain food. I like salmon. What can I say? So I just want to run a really short clip, and this will be appropriate because I want to tell you about something else that happened a couple of days before it. So just run this like 40-second, you're going to have to excuse the dog squeaking, like I can't control that, 40-second clip of me out and about. Just roll it. It's week 2. I've got plenty to talk about actually. It is Friday today, so I'm doing this over a few days, but I just wanted to show you that I'm out. We're getting some bits for puppy. Yes. So yeah, I'll tell you more. Before I upload this video, the volume's going to be crap because I haven't got my mic. So yeah, I just wanted to prove that I am out in a store getting some bits, not feeling too bad. I'll tell you more in the next scene, I guess. So the importance of that clip is because something happened to me on Wednesday morning at like 6:30 in the morning. I just got up, took my girlfriend to work, came home, was just about to do myself some breakfast and then get ready to take my daughter to school. And I turned round from boiling the kettle, I think, and I was going to the fridge to put the milk back. I opened the fridge door and my head just blur. I had what I have now kind of discovered is what people refer to as a brain zap. I've heard of the term brain zap loads of times when I've in the past been on like anxiety forums and stuff like that. But I've always assumed that a brain zap is like a pain, like a zap of pain in my head or something, and I've had those before. Like, I can't remember the last time specifically, but I've had like sharp stabbing pains in my head, and that's what I always assumed a brain zap was like this sharp stabbing pain. But after doing a little research, which I probably shouldn't because I struggle with anxiety and I should stay off Google, but I searched a bit, found that people often refer to this feeling, which I'm going to describe now, as a brain zap. So for me, I turned round, was walking to the fridge, just about to reach and grab the door, and it felt like, I've described it to like my girlfriend as saying that it was like there was a power shutdown in everything, and it was like I completely lost control of my ability to see, to think. This only lasted for like a second, but it was like I was shutting down and I was like falling to the side and everything was just like intense, an intense dizziness, a pressure in my head, just a horrible sensation, but only for a split second. Like I've seen people refer to it as like an electric shock, but without pain. It's just like you're instantly wired for a second. I've referred to this in the past as head rushes because I guess that describes it a bit more accurately than a brain zap. Like it's just a rush, a mad, I was going to swear then, a mad adrenaline rush or something just in your head for a second, and it's just like bang. And I've had this loads of times, and when I discovered that people refer to these as brain zaps, I looked over some of my old forum posts from like 10 years ago, dating back. And the one thing that I always used to go on the forums for was because of this mad, intense head rush feeling, brain zap, as I now call it. So it was interesting to me to like look back and see this recurring theme that I have, where these head rushes, brain zaps, whatever you want to call them, head zaps, has been the thing that's always led me back to forums and seeking reassurance. And like most people know that watch my channel know that I struggle with a dizziness feeling, and I've had experiences of vertigo before, and it's made me question a few things. And I've said recently, like, I don't feel anxious, and I didn't feel stressed the other morning. I didn't feel anxious about anything. It was just an early morning. Excuse the dog. I was up doing my normal thing after having a really good few weeks of healthy eating, feeling more positive, feeling energized, sleeping a nice pattern, maybe not sleeping great, but that has improved. Well, we'll get to that. But it was just weird how this one thing out of the blue, and it was not stress related. Like, there's been nothing that I've done any different other than change my diet up a bit. I've been eating a bit healthier, but like, I'm still vaping. I don't drink caffeine. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't take drugs. So, and I'm not withdrawing from medication, which seems to be the most common thread when it comes to brain zaps. So, I don't know the answer as to why I had the brain zap, but what I do know this time is that I didn't let it bother me anywhere near as much as it had in the past. And I don't know if anybody's like been watching my videos for years, but I've done videos in the past where I've had these head rushes, and I went on holiday a week after spending a week in bed through vertigo, which started with this same exact sensation, this brain zap. So it seems to have been a real major issue for me. So this week, and hence the clip of me going to the shop with my girlfriend, was like a couple of days after that had happened. So I wanted to just show that, like, I accepted that I had this brain zap. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why it happens. I'm looking into other reasons as to why. But it's those things that cause my anxiety now. And that seems to be like the major trigger for me. I mean, yes, I still feel nervous. I've been to my local shop a few times this week and not felt anxious. Like, I did the checkout I mentioned in the last video. I've been again a few times since.
Anymore.
They only have nibbly fingers. They haven't got any, mate.
That's so annoying.
This is the store I'm on about when I say my local shop. It's not big, and it's not clever. And I'm going out every morning, taking my daughter to school, girlfriend to work, the same routine. I'm getting back into work, slowly, feeling able to concentrate more on what I'm actually doing. So things are looking up. But when I had that brain zap, like, my immediate response was, shit. Like, here we go again. This is the setback. This is the thing that always happens when I feel like I'm on a good path. Something happens to me, like I'll have some crazy sensation, and it's 9 times out of 10 this brain zap that sets me back. And I thought to myself, like, it happened Wednesday morning, and my immediate response was, here we go again. But I kind of just didn't let it take over. I didn't like bombard myself with scary thoughts. I mean, yes, I did some research on the internet and found a few other people, and that's how I discovered brain zaps. And I know I keep mentioning the word brain zaps, but like, that's why, as I say, I put that small clip in, because I just wanted to show that, like, I'm not letting these things stop me. I'm still feeling positive. I'm still eating healthily. It feels good. I feel like I got more energy. Yes, for a few days after that brain zap again, I did feel under the weather. I felt like dizziness, bit of residual dizziness. I felt my vision was playing up a bit. Things didn't feel great, but I didn't let it stop me from just continuing. So acceptance has played a part in that, of course, because my idea behind doing these weekly update videos is to show that I'm trying to bring everything together. Like, I'm looking after myself. I'm trying to change my lifestyle. My sleep pattern has changed and become more regular, more settled. Like, I'm eating way more healthy now, something that I've never done. I'm still off caffeine. I still don't drink alcohol. I'm still getting out as much as I was before. I could do with doing more, I agree. But this is a slow process for me. Like, I've tried everything in the past, and if you've stuck around long enough to know, you will know that I've tried everything in the past. And maybe I struggle with the commitment to go and do exposure therapy so often and stuff. But I'm just trying to bring everything together, and I'm feeling more positive. And if I can, obviously I can't stop these head rushes from happening because they just happen out of the blue. And this is why I've said for so many years that I don't think, like in the past, I struggled with agoraphobia, like hands down. And the only way I managed to get myself free from that was to go out and to do stuff. But now things have changed, and it's not just about a fear of going to my shop or driving places. Like you can see from my uploads last year that I can drive pretty much anywhere. Like I don't have a fear with that. I can go pretty much anywhere. It's just that I still limit myself as to going in big supermarkets and things like that. So I still have issues, but the issues boil down to the fact that I don't want a brain zap when I'm there. I don't want to experience that feeling that I seem to get at home, and touch wood, it's always happened at home. So my hope is that if I can make myself feel better, which we're working on, make my body healthier, which we're working on, get the right amount of sleep, drink the right amount of water, continue doing the things that I'm doing, and then start to work on just accepting that I have this weird vestibular issue, because that's what I have. Like it's clear for me now. It's clear to see. I spoke to somebody in depth today about vestibular issues who has a lot of experience in this stuff, and I think we're going to be doing a video together, like me talking to him about his experience with vestibular issues, because we have very similar symptoms, in the fact that our anxiety doesn't seem to be this generalized thing as it used to be for me. It's more now a response to these issues that I have with brain zaps, with dizziness and things like that. So when I said in a video, whenever it was, maybe the last one or the one before, that my anxiety seems to come from sensations that I experience, and a few people said no, like anxiety is there and that's why you're having them, but it's not always the case. Like there are medical conditions, and I don't want to alarm anybody, but there are medical conditions that can make you feel anxious. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that I have some kind of vestibular disorder that is causing me to respond with anxiety. And that's something that I thought for a while. Like I had appointments with an ENT, which I failed to attend, or I did, but he was running late and then I didn't rebook. So maybe it's something that I need to go down the path of again. But that's where I'm at the moment. Like underlying anxiety and just generalized, I seem to be on a good path with that at the moment, whether it's to do with healthy eating or the lifestyle changes or what, possibly, because I do feel more positive, feel more energy. I've got a nice routine, like I say. These things are definitely helping, but they didn't help when it came to me experiencing that head rush, brain zap thing, because everything just seemed to go out the window. And I know, like with CBT, it should be replacing what if, like what if that happens again, or what if that's something serious. I should be replacing that with so what? So what if that happens again? Or, you know, it's nothing. But when brain zap hits, it's impossible for me to just say, brain zap, done. And I know there's other people out there that have these brain zap issues and don't bat an eyelid to it, like it's just normal and they can get on with it, but they're freaking out about palpitations or being out of breath or anything. There are so many freaking symptoms. But I don't know, like I don't generally feel anxious at the moment. I feel like I'm on a good path. We've booked a holiday. We're going away in August. I want to go away in April. So, I don't know. Hopefully more things to come. I don't know about these videos. I was thinking of like bringing different things into the videos, like doing segments, like my favourite comment from the last video, which incidentally was about me vaping and talking about health, pretty much saying that I'm a hypocrite. But like, that's ridiculous. You can still be healthy and vape. Because I vape doesn't mean I can't talk about trying to improve my health. Like, that's pretty ridiculous. That was my favourite comment from the last video that I put on. So yeah, I was thinking of just bringing different things in. One thing I will say, if anybody has like a blog or a YouTube channel or anything that they would like to share or me to mention or me to look at and like give my thoughts on, then please leave a comment below, because there's so many YouTube channels with people sharing their experiences, as I do, because that's all I do. I'm not trying to, like, I'm not offering any services. I'm not trying to cure people. I'm just sharing my experiences, and people like that they can relate to the things I say. So if you have a channel, you're thinking of starting one, you've got a couple of videos up, like, let me know. I will give them a watch for sure, and I will also give them a mention next time we're on. Like, I don't know. The more the merrier, I say. If there's more people out there that want to share their story, share their experiences in a positive light, hopefully motivate others and inspire others to get out there and do something about the way they feel, because that's what I'm trying to do actively this year, is changing a few things up and just seeing what happens, man, because we only live once. I gotta try. So yeah, that's it for this week. Bit of a weird video, me just chatting, but peace.